a lot of like triathlons, and you're a big fan of Ironman and
yeah,
stuff.
last year was all that for me.
Yeah.
That was like my personality for sure.
What got you into it?
The drive to have something to train for sure is like number one.
But why Ironman? You could have done anything.
So I was doing short distance triathlon, sprint distance, which is 750 or 800 meter swim, depending on the race. It kind of fluctuates. And then a 5K. So it's 800 meter swim, 12 mile bike, and 5K. That's the lineup. So it's like the shortest distance in triathlon racing.
The hardest part was swimming, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Swimming is so difficult.
So 800 meters is, if you guys ever been to a like high school swim meet or had a high school with a pool, it's basically one way is 100 meters. So 8 times of that.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's a lot further in the water than it looks outside of the water. Because like I would go before the race and you see them setting up the course and you're like, oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
And then you get in the water and the buoy looks like it's 3 miles away from you, because they're like these massive Dorito shaped buoys in the water, and they're really bright colors, so they're easy to see.
Is this ocean?
I did ocean and lake.
Okay. What is it like swimming in the ocean?
It's terrible. It's so bad.
Like the
you're
waves
getting pushed
and
around
stuff?
by the current for sure. Yeah. You see fish swimming around, which you don't really in a lake.
And it's like dark.
Yeah.
Like you can't see under you.
Right. Well, plus it's early. Like the sun is just coming up when the races start.
Swim is first.
Yeah. So right off the bat, I mean, so I think it wasn't Mile High. I don't remember what the race was called, but it was in San Diego.
Okay.
And kind of in a cove. So it was a nice area and it was really well set up. So many participants. I was terrified.
Like how many people?
I think it was 1,600 people.
Whoa.
Like it was a lot. It was a big race.
That's a lot.
I was not expecting that. The first one I did was in Shaver Lake, like just up from Fresno. And I think there were 100 people there. And I was like, oh, this seems pretty normal. Not at all. Like, I don't know if the San Diego race was just like a big, well-known thing, but so many people.
So I've heard of a lot of people, especially in Ironmans, there's a couple instances where you get beat up in the water.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because
they're like kicked in the face or hit. Yeah, for sure.
What is it like swimming with all those people around you?
It's hard. It's really, really hard. Yeah. It messed with me a lot in the first race. So that was my first like race open water swim. And it was kind of terrifying. Like I definitely had a panic attack. And I feel that's really common, I feel like, for people who are just starting.
Describe that feeling. Because did you actually have a panic attack?
No, not really. But like I couldn't take a full breath really. Because like my heart was racing and I was just trying to find my way. And all you see is people around you, because you're in a gang of people. And everybody's just swimming.
That terrifies me, bro.
Yeah, it's terrible. So like the second race, luckily I got to like the outside of the pack, so I kind of had my own lane. But the first race, I was in the middle of everybody. Yeah. And then people are passing you, or you're faster than other people, so you're passing them, and you're like on their feet, but they're swimming too slow, so you have to go around them.
How do you navigate your path in a water with like so many people just swimming towards that one direction? Like, because I heard people pull
a little bit,
pull legs and move around.
That's kind of dirty. I didn't experience that, but it's like, dude, it's like survival of the fittest in the water. It's so like terrifying. You really just have to like lock in and just swim, and it's really, really, really difficult.
Everyone does freestyle.
Yeah.
No one's doing like a butterfly.
No. No one's out there butterflying, backstroking. Yeah, none of that.
I feel like breaststroke might be cool if you're like tired.
Yeah, definitely did that. I did a lot of that. Yeah, for sure. Like swim like to the first buoy or whatever, like the first 300-400 meters or whatever, and definitely like take a chill. And I would kind of like soak it in. But the first race, for sure, like terrified, couldn't catch my breath. I think I breaststroked. It felt like half the course, and I felt like I was in the water for 30 minutes. Yeah. But I think my swim was like, I don't know, 17 minutes or something. Like it wasn't a terribly long time. It was slow for sure. And that needs to improve a lot if I'm going to do another race. But
what's the breathing like? We were talking about this earlier because you had a hard time breathing on like the incline of the run today.
Yeah. So like I never competitively swam. So like that's definitely a huge help if you had competitively swam before you're going to go do a race.
Like the water polo people are killing it.
More so for sure. And there are some people out there, so you can do relay races, and there are some people that just go to swim. Like they're good competitive swimmers and that's what they do. But breathing. So I did not competitively swim before I started racing. So I had to kind of teach myself that. And it took a while. Like, I think it probably took me 4 or 5 hours of swimming to be able to comfortably take a breath, because it's kind of in the middle of a stroke. So like you take a stroke and like going to take a stroke, you're like breathing while your arm's coming over.
Yeah.
And that was really hard to teach myself.
Is it like 2 strokes breath, 2 strokes breath?
It kind of depends. Some people,
1, 2, 3.
Some people take a breath every stroke, which I think is just too much. Like it's not very efficient.
Yeah.
The most efficient I think is 3 strokes probably.
So what were you doing?
It was every other.
Okay.
So I would.
So 1, 2.
It was
breath,
always
1,
like
2
on my
breath.
right was more comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I kind of stuck with. But it took me a long time to teach myself that, because you're not like, your thought when you're in the water is not to breathe, obviously, because you always learn growing up, like you don't want to. You breathe in water. It's a mess. And I swallowed a lot of water in the first race.
Wow.
It was terrible. But
Bad for your gut.
yeah, the breathing was so bad. Yeah, and then getting out of the water straight onto a bike and having to bike 12 miles.
And
like,
are you wet?
Hard. Yeah, for sure.
So you wear the same suit?
Yeah. So yes. So you wear like a tri-suit and then you put a wetsuit over it.
Okay.
So the wetsuit obviously
comes off.
Yeah, lets in water. You rip it off, and then your tri-suit's wet for, I don't know, probably the first 15 minutes.
Is chafing a big thing?
No. The suits are really tight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I think they're Lycra, but there's like a big craze in the triathlon community for like this material, and everybody's obsessed with it. It's really comfortable and it's light and stretchy. It's kind of
is it comparative to what? Is it comparative to a wetsuit?
No, it's really, really thin.
Okay.
It lets you move a lot, which is really nice. That's kind of what you need.
Yeah, because wetsuits are stiff.
Yeah, for sure. Thick and
Like,
stiff.
You could barely. It feels weird, like stretching out.
Right. Yeah. So that took some getting used to as well. But they do make wetsuits that are a little thinner that make it easier to swim.
Yeah.
So I had.
But if it's cold as fuck, you kind of want a thick one.
Right. Yeah. So it's kind of give and take there. Like you don't want a terribly thick wetsuit, because then your swim's going to be a little less efficient, but you're going to be a little warmer. But if you get a really thin one, like if you can handle the cold, cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, it'll make your swimming a little bit easier, I guess. But at that point, like you can race without a wetsuit, and it makes it that much easier.
Do some people do that?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you saw some people out there just skin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, one of the guys in the San Diego race, the water was so cold. I don't remember what the water temperature was.
You don't do well with cold water.
No, not at all. Yeah, you saw that in the pool earlier.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, it's not that cold. You're like, bro, this is freezing.
It was cold. And I've like cold plunged before, and it's not
You
fun
don't like
for
doing
me.
it?
No.
Doesn't it feel good though? Like when you come out, yeah, it feels so good.
You feel like you accomplished something.
I feel like you're just euphoric.
Yeah, maybe a little. But people like before I forget this, like one guy in the San Diego race was just wearing a Speedo and like swam the whole race, like swam the race like that. But he was only swimming.
Okay.
So like that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Most people are in a wetsuit.
It'd be cool if he
hopped
on the bike with the Speedo.
That would be nuts. I don't think I don't think you'd make it comfortably at all. Well, because the tri-suit's also padded.
Comes.
Yeah, well, the tri-suit's also padded, like for sitting on a bike seat.
Okay.
So you have like saddle pads, you know, makes it better.
So you said to train for something, but you could have done anything, bro. Like,
right.
Why triathlons as like a grown man too? Because like me and you started golfing.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people hit me up. You're like, bro, you were a golfer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we're doing landmine shit and running trails.
Right.
Know?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think it was kind of, the idea was born definitely out of friends. So one of my friends, Connor, used to do triathlons growing up.
Okay.
And he like did them for like 10 years, ranked nationally, like very good. And so he's always kind of followed it.
Yeah.
And he wanted to kind of get back into it. And we talked a lot about it. And
So you guys train together?
Yeah, so it kind of started as like he wanted kind of a buddy to train with. So like we started cycling together, and then I was always a little quicker running with him, so he didn't ever want to run with me.
You're quick, bro. Like
a little bit, yeah.
I remember we do road runs in Fresno, and like we just do a 2 or 3 miler. I'm like, damn, bro, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, I don't know. I was running a lot at that time too, because that was when I was applied to CHP too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like I was running a lot. Because all they ever hammer into you with that is like, you're going to run a lot, you're going to run a lot, you're going to run a lot, you better run.
That's so ironic because there's a lot of CHP officers who are fat.
Right. Yeah, it's so funny.